So today I wanted to go through some of the rules or guidelines you can use for making your own Lewis dot structures. Now, Lewis dot structures are used to essentially show the structure of molecules, and basically what the premise is you want to depict the number of valence electrons as dots, and any unpaired dots indicate electrons that can be used in bonding, or generally they can be used in bonding. And one of the other things with Lewis dot structures is if you draw a solid line, that's representative of two electrons or electrons that are being shared. So to begin with, the first thing you want to do is you want to place the atom with the lowest group number, or in the lowest column, so the one furthest to the left, in the center of your group of atoms that you're putting in your molecule. If they have the same group number, or they're in the same column, then you want to do it by whichever one has the higher period. So basically what you want to do is you just want to make sure that you're using the least electronegative atom. So you're going to choose the one that is furthest left on the periodic table and the one that is furthest down on the periodic table. Now, one thing to watch out for is you don't want to use hydrogen as one of your main central atoms, mainly because it can only make one bond. So typically this will be something like carbon or boron, something of that nature. The next rule is that you want to count up your number of valence electrons, and this is for all of your atoms within your molecule. So you want to figure out how many electrons do you have to work with. What are your valence electrons that can be used in making bonds? Then you want to draw in single bonds between each of your atoms. We're assuming that this is typically Lewis dot structures are for covalent bonds, so when you're sharing electrons. The first example in the next video will show, we'll start off with the ionic species, but that's mainly so you can kind of figure out how to draw Lewis dot structures for single atoms as well. But typically, you want to make sure that things are bonded together, otherwise you don't have a molecule. After you draw in all your bonds, you want to take your remaining electrons from your total and distribute those to the other atoms. You want to start off with the most electronegative first, and then in some situations you'll come across that you don't have a complete octet for all of your atoms. In this case, you want to use multiple bonds. So I would highly encourage everyone to look at the example video on how to do Lewis dot structures, but these are the general rules that you should follow when drawing them. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video.